Hey, what's going on, guys? Eric, EJD715 from the vinyl community. Let's see. I recently had this past weekend I had my bachelor party. It was ridiculous, fun. All my great friends from St. Louis were there, and all my great friends from my hometown, my original hometown of Rockford, Illinois, were there. Just had a blast. But we were actually able, in our very hungover state on Sunday morning, able to go to a record store in St. Louis, which is called Euclid Records. Great place. Highly recommend it if you're in St. Louis anytime. But before we go to those records that I got there, I'm in a little bit of black mood. I'm not in a bad mood or anything, but I'm just in a black mood today. So right now what's playing is Old Man's Child in Defiance of Existence. This is the German fold-out cardboard version. Has a CD book inside. Of course, it's got Geldar from Geldar from Dimmu Borgir on guitar. It's got actually has Nick Barker as well. Nick Barker's on the far left there. The blood splatter. I think this is their best record. We've been talking on Facebook on one of the heavy metal collectors pages or whatever, and I put a plug in for this album. So that's why I was probably in the mood for it. All right, let's get started with these St. Louis records. I bought quite a few there, like 6 or 7. First things I bought was, I've heard good things about this band, Cactus. It's a prog band from the 70s. It's got Carmine Appice and Tim Bogart, famous from the Beck, Bogart, and Appice album. Of course, Carmine's played in King Cobra, countless Ozzy even for a time. So I figured I'd check this out. This one's kind of rare, but this one has some condition issues. Unfortunately, I just saw it and I just grabbed it. This is Pretty Maid's original EP on Culp Records. If you'll see on the it actually came with the old, actually it's coming off too. The stencil it came with. You can see this. It's like some naked women on there. It's not in very good condition, but I think unfortunately the stencil was inside the record sleeve at one point, so the record has these like grease marks on it. I don't know, I haven't played it yet, but if anybody can give me a recommendation, I've tried a couple cleaning techniques on it. This side isn't as bad as the other side. This only has like one side. That makes me think that the decal was on this side of the record. If you can see that, let me know. Like if any type of cleaning solution I could use on this. This is kind of a rare piece. I'd like to get this thing in nice shape. I could probably take it. There's a store in El Paso that has one of those crazy high-tech record cleaning machines. I could probably take it there, but I don't know what they would charge me for it. I used a couple, like I said, I used a couple solutions on it, but it didn't seem to do much to it. It maybe just smeared it out a little bit more. But yeah, I've never heard this album. Of course, I've heard Red Hot and Heavy, the follow-up to this, the first full length. But this is their first EP on Culp Records. It was only $15. I think it's probably priced accordingly to the condition. I never usually do that, but when I see something like this, I'm like, oh, grab. Actually, this is my only Kiss album. Creatures of Night, first U.S. pressing. It's in okay condition. It pops. It doesn't have any scratch, but it pops here and there. A lot of static. It's a very good album. I'm not a big Kiss fan, but I do like this album quite a bit. Especially the title track. Danger was really good, and War Machine is one of the best. Now this one was in a phenomenal condition, and I'm very glad I found it. Priest Ram It Down. Now I know this isn't the best Priest album out there, but damn it, there are some freaking great songs on this album. Title track, heavy metal's great. Hard as Iron was awesome. Like my stereo, like the bomb explosion at the end was like, it shook the house. It was awesome. Blood Red Skies is a great song. I'm a Rocker is a great song. And of course, Monsters of Rock. Now they could have did away with the stupid cover, Johnny Be Good. But this is in like near mint condition. Phenomenal, nice playing piece. Sounds amazing too. Excuse me. Here's kind of a grail. Actually, I'm going to call it a grail. Jeff Lynne's Armchair Theater. I've been looking for this for a while. This is the Canadian pressing. It was still sealed when I bought it. You can still, I have the cellophane still on it. I just cut it. The Canadian press, 1990, has a punch hole in it. I'm a cutout bin. It was 16 bucks, but I said it's on my want list. I'm gonna grab it. You know, I'm gonna say I was kind of disappointed with it. I was expecting an ELO style record. What I got was more of a Beatles style record. I mean, Jeff Lynne he could have been the fifth Beatle. I mean, if he was older, he would have been the fifth Beatle. But truth be told, I'm not a big Beatles fan, so I guess I was kind of disappointed with the songwriting on this. I thought it'd be a little bit more just like ELO record, but it wasn't. I'll give another listen or two, and if not, I'll put it up for trade and or VCLT, or if somebody from the vinyl community wants to trade, just give me a little bit, and I'll see what I think after a couple more spins. Excuse me. Another Camel album to add to my collection. This is Nude from 1973, I believe. Oh, 1981. Oh, wow, okay, that's much later. This was a lot different than I expected. This was very instrumental, quite a bit of instrumental stuff, not quite as much as the last album I got, which I can't remember the name of it. But I was expecting something more like, oh crap, what's the name of the record? Give me 1 second. There it is. The Single Factor. I was expecting more as like an album along the line of Single Factor. Wasn't anything like it. I guess they really changed styles for that one. That was only $7. Here's one I've passed up a couple times. I passed it up while I was at the Albuquerque Record Show. Dio's Intermission. It's a mostly a live EP, but it has one studio track called Time to Burn. Great song. In fact, it was the first one that Dio recorded with Craig Goldie from Jafria. Sorry. It's in really good condition. Did I need to have this? No, but it completed my Dio collection up to Dream Evil. So this was my missing album. Okay, so what's his name? Okay, what's his name? Having a brain fart. Oh, Harmless Rebel. Steve. Plugged me into the oldies.com website. My buddy Scott, I'll say our buddy, he's my buddy too. Scott Waters was like, well, what, oldies.com, they have a lot of warped records and damaged records. But you know what? I was ready to take a gamble. The records were dirt cheap, so I decided to get a bunch. I spent like $100, $110. A couple of things I ordered they were gone, like Exodus, Impact is Imminent, gone. I can't remember the other one, but I ended up with like 10 albums, all like under $6 each. No, never mind. Some of them were $8 or $9, but they were in really good shape. I did end up with at least 3 warped records, which our buddy Scott Waters is going to help me out on. He's got one of those vinyl flats. Heavy Metal Machine. This one's more like dished, so I think this one will flatten out just fine. It's got Wild Dogs, Obsession, Anthem, TSOL, Hurricane, Titan. It's from like 1988, I want to say 87. It's a Medusa Records release. So I don't know why it's warped. I mean, it was still sealed, of course. The shrink is tight, but not overly tight. Maybe it was just stored in a warehouse improperly or something. Another one that's warped. It's not terrible, but it is warped, and I don't like to have my stylus go up and down on it. It would damage the grooves. Great album, Lizzie Borden's Master of Disguise. I've had this for a long time. I'm never on vinyl, so I decided to pick it up. Another one that I bought that was warped. This one's really bad. It didn't even play. Dead End. What's it called? Shambara. Japanese metal band. On Metal Blade Records, 1988. 88. This one is really badly warped. This one will probably need 4 or 5 hours in my vinyl flat. Another one I've played I've opened about 4 of these already. So this is when it was already open. Actually, when I got it, it was a little bit damaged. That's probably why it was so cheap. CIA. This one was played really nicely. This is just apparently members and former members of Nuclear Assault. Dan Lilker. Let's see who else plays in this. John Conley plays in a couple songs. John Russell. And I think this is... The guitar player is the guitar player from TT Quick, I want to say. I wish the... It's a French pressing on Under One Flag Records. Action Management. 1990 Relativity. Originally issued on Combat. But it's basically a very Nuclear Assault kind of sounding band. I dug it. It's good. Real good thrashy, punky thrash kind of thing. Now, this is an upgrade copy. This one I can tell is not warped. It's flat. I ran across another copy of this at a antique store. It was in VG condition. But I liked the album so much I decided to buy an upgrade, a sealed copy. This is actually a Canadian press again. Big Sun. Very Police/Sting sounding vocalist. Music's kind of in the same lines. I really like it, so I decided to buy an upgrade copy. It was like $2.50 or $3 or something. This one was like $5 or $6. Dawkins' Beast from the East live album. I haven't opened it yet either. It's a gatefold. I think this one won't be warped. It's flat. So this completes my early Dawkins collection. So I don't have Dawkins' solo album from 1990. I don't have that one, but I'm not a huge Dawkins himself fan. I'm more of a George Lynch fan. So another seal one that I think is going to be fine. It's flat, that I got from oldies.com. Tangerine Dream Stratosphere. I talked to my father about this one. It's a Gem Records release. He has this one. He says it's really good. He has it on CD. So looking forward to listening to that one. Here's another one that I'm worried is going to be warped too. I got one of these in trade from somebody. But this is Fates Warning's No Exit, which is an amazing record. This one looks flatter. It seems like all the Metal Blade albums I got, at least all the stuff on Enigma, was all warped. This one looks pretty flat though, so I have high hopes for this one. This was like $4.50. How can you pass up freaking No Exit? This is a classic progressive metal release for that kind of price. Still sealed with the hype sticker. This is the first album with Ray Alder. For those of you who don't know who Fates Warning is, unbelievable band. I love this record, and I hope this isn't warped. It might have it might be slightly warped, but I'll open it up. Another one I took a gamble on. These guys were really good on the cruise. They're known as Gravedigger now, but this is their Digger album. This is their Noise. It's on Noise Records, 1986. So still sealed. There's a punch hole in it. Stranger Than Ever is the name of the album. I like some of their later stuff, but this was like $4 or $5. I decided to pick it up. Another one to add to I found their other album. This is their EP. There's No White. I don't think this one's going to be warped though. Well, maybe. I don't know. This is on Enigma Records as well. It's called Kick 'Em While You're Down. It's No White. It's our EP from 1987 or so. 85. Okay, wow. It's got a bent corner, but who cares? It was like $4. To add to my Wang Chung collection, I got their 1989 release called The Warmer Side of Cool. Again, these are all Canadian presses. All these major label albums are Canadian press. This is from like 1989, I believe. Hold on, sorry about that. 1989, Geffen Records. Punch hole, cutout bin. But I don't know anything about this record. This was their last record. So we'll see what it's like. There's one that I've seen Keith Tabor show on the vinyl community. This one looks like it's going to be in good shade. Yeah, that one will be fine. EXE. It's called Stricken by Night. This one's still sealed, of course, has a cut in the corner. But I remember he posted a couple of samples of this, and I really liked it, so I decided to buy it again. It was like $4 or $5. Here's another one I'm worried it's probably going to be warped. It seems like, like I said, all those Metal Blade releases are warped. But this again was like $4 or $5. Lizzie Borden's Terrorizing. If all, Scott Waters is going to help me on a couple of these, but if I get more of these are more than 3 or 4 of them, or well, I have 4 of them that I already know they're warped. If any more of them warped, I'm just going to buy one of those vinyl flatteners. Oh, this has Joey Vera on bass. Oh wow, didn't know that. Excuse me. 1987, Terrorizing, Lizzie Borden. I listened to this one already too. This one was in perfect condition. Had a little bit of static on it, but it's pretty good. It's traditional heavy metal, verging on thrash. The vocalist sounds almost too much like the Avenged Sevenfold vocalist, which I don't like. But the music's good. But Holy Grails, Crisis in Utopia, 2010 Prosthetic Records release. That was $9. I think this was the most expensive. This was $10. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the same band. They're from England. At least I hope they are. Let me take a look at this real quick. I don't think they are, but I don't know. Maybe this. I guess this will be a blind buy. It's not the same band. I was thinking this was the same band from England. It's called Threshold. Progressive metal band. I guess this isn't it. I guess this isn't them. This is from 1982. I don't even know what label it's on. 1982. So if anybody can fill me on this one, it's not warped. So Threshold, self-titled album, I believe. Yeah, self-titled. Penthouse Records. Never even heard of the label. Here's one I listened to already. This one, the sleeve is damaged. As you can see, it's got like this coating on it. I don't know who pressed this. It's Exciters. Long live the loud. It says Music for Nations. Let's see. Well, it's licensed from Music for Nations, but I think it's a German pressing. This was like $4. It was already open when I bought it, but it was in perfect condition. Let's look at the Globus International. I don't know if you can see the label. Yeah, Globus International. It's really good, real good. Almost new wave of British heavy metal sounding, verging on thrash. More thrash, I guess. The vocalist was kind of annoying, but I can live with that. This was like $4 too, so I mean I couldn't pass this up. I'm gonna give it another listen before I make my final judgment on it. But I listened to side A. I haven't listened to side B yet. But I figured for the money, it's probably kind of a sought after record. And I've never heard any. I've seen these guys live, but I don't have any of the records, so decided to pick that up. All right, I did buy a couple records on Amazon because I bought the new Steve Wilson album that's coming out. It actually came out today, but I haven't received it. It'll probably get to my doorstep tomorrow. Sometimes I get stuff 2 days after the release. But in the other two albums I bought, Icon. This is Right Between the Eyes. This album is awesome. I actually bought a copy of this in St. Louis as well. So I'll probably put that up for some VCLT, or if somebody wants it, let me know. This is good. This is their third album from 1989. I think it's good, but I think their album before this, which is called Night of the Crime, was better. This has more of a different vocalist, sounds more like Steve Perry. And the first side was good all the way through. Second side, only good song was the first song, and the rest of them were not very good. Especially the last song was really crap. Had this really stupid guitar line in it. Didn't like it at all. This is a gold foil promo, but somebody put the sticker over it just to cover that up. My other copy is a gold foil promo as well, but the corner of it's damaged. This one's in perfect condition. Pipe sticker and everything. So Icon's Right Between the Eyes. I just decided to get this one. This was like under $20 for a Mo-Fi pressing of Sisters of Mercy, First, Last, and Always. This is an awesome record. Goth rock. Kind of, I think it's gothic rock. Black Planet's amazing song. Title track is awesome. I have the other one. I have Floodlands on vinyl, so I decided to pick this one up too. Really good record. my Floodlines is also a MoFi release as well. That makes me, I think I have about 7 or 8 MoFi releases now. Alright, shout out to Keith Tabler for this one. He's one of the guys from the vinyl community trade and sell page. He traded me this one. Oh man, I was so happy to find this. Doomsday News 2 on Noise Records. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Coroner, Death Row, Mania, Midas Touch, Mordred, Rage, Vendetta, Watchtower. All Noise Records bands. 1989 release. It's a gold foil promo as well. A lot of these bands are from Europe. There's a couple American bands. Mordred's an American band. Most of them are German bands. Watchtower's an American band. But this is classic late 80s metal. Noise Records was, I think, the best label from the late 90s. Or, sorry, from the late 80s. They just had so much cool, unique stuff. So much influential stuff, you know. Creator, Halloween, you name it. Another one I've been dying to get forever. This is a Dutch pressing. It's on Roadrunner Records. Vicious Rumor, Soldier of the Night. The cardboard's a little bit janky in places. Got a couple corner damage here. But the vinyl plays great. Sounds awesome. I love this band. I'm actually friends with Dave Starr on Facebook, which is kind of controversial. I've met Jeff Thorpe a couple times. I've actually met Mike Howe a couple times too. Vinnie Moore is the shredder on here. Just great 80s metal. I mean, a lot of people think this doesn't hold up to their later stuff. I think for a debut album, I think it holds up just right, man. I think it's awesome stuff. Another one I got from, oh, sorry. I got these from Brian Diddle on the Facebook page. Sorry, I'm opening this before I say it. Flotsam and Jetsons, No Place for Disgrace. This is a gold label promo. Actually, sorry, it's a gold stamp promo, but it's a white label promo as well. As you can see, bam. It has a couple small, real light scratches, but it plays perfect. I'll probably upgrade the sleeve on it, just because I don't want to damage it anymore. But this is, some people say this is their finest hour, and I'd probably have to disagree because I like Quattro the best, actually. That's the first one I ever bought from them. But this is probably number 2. This is a phenomenal record. One he sent that wasn't in very good shape, but it's kind of hard to find. Death Angels Frolic Through the Park. Didn't even come in the sleeve. So whenever I put my crappier cartridges on is when I play this one. Actually, I haven't played it yet, so. But yeah, Death Angel Frolic Through the Park. Okay, last record. I forgot to show this one on my El Paso haul video because it was sitting off somewhere. I don't know why I didn't show it. But this is a really good record. It's from Drifter. It's on Front Row Records. It's called Reality Turns to Dust. German thrash band. Really good stuff here. German pressing. Kind of beat up. At least the cardboard's really beat up, but the record's fine. This is Front Row Records. Real nice piece. You can see that. This is a blind buy, and this was a great record. I loved it right off the first bat. Good killer guitar riffs. Just good German thrash in the vein of Creator, Vendetta, maybe even a little bit of early Running Wild, even though Running Wild's really not really a thrash band. But it has kind of that German feel. Or Accuser. Accuser would be a good thing to equate this to. Excuse me. Alright guys, well that's my latest vinyl haul. Thanks for watching. I'll post this video here shortly, so stay tuned, and I'll see you soon.